Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to our January 7th, 2013 meeting, kicking off the new year. Could we please have the roll call?
Alderman Moisio.
Here.
Alderman Beadling.
Here.
Alderman Newsome.
Here.
Alderman Tenpas.
Present.
Alderman May.
Here.
Alderman Valco.
Present.
Alderman Rivera. Alderman Cunningham.
Present.
Alderman Koncan.
Present.
We have a quorum. Thank you. Could you please rise for the moment of silence, followed by the pledge? Thank you. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's see. I didn't have any mayor's comments really prepared, but I'll just go through real quickly on some of the events that we have. Greentown Tavern on Tuesday, January 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. is going to be having a something called the New Tap Tuesday. Apparently it is some custom brewed beer that is being offered for tasting at Greentown. January 11th on Friday at 8 p.m. Emmy Lou Harris and her Red Dirt Boys are playing at the Genesee Theater. January 18th, we have the movie Bringing Up Baby, and January 25th, the Blues Brothers, both at 7:30 at the Genesee Theater. At the Dandelion Gallery, we have Urban Landscapes featuring works by the artist Hans Habiger, and that starts January 19th through February 9th. Opening reception is the 19th from 5 until 9 o'clock. The gallery is located at 109 South Genesee Street. Then The Year of Magical Thinking, a play by Joan Didion, is performing at the Urban Edge, that's the city's art gallery, kitty corner from the library. Thursday, January 24th, Friday, January 25th, and Saturday the 26th, all at 8 p.m. Sunday, January 27th at 2:30 p.m. This is something new for the gallery to be doing a stage production there, so should be very interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to be here for that, but if I am, I'm certainly going to attend. We do have an interesting kind of a drama community popping up in downtown now with this, and then also Clockwise Theater. If you haven't been to one of the shows yet, I really would recommend. They're actually very entertaining, and plus you almost sit right on the stage, which is kind of neat. Really kind of puts you right in the play itself, so it's worth going to. Next we have audience time. First up is James Ferry. Mr. Ferry? Or Miss Jane, I'm sorry, I apologize. Just hit me in the head with the mallet's there if you want to use it.
That's okay. Maybe I should loan you my cheaters. My name is Jane Ferry, and I live at 531 Leith Avenue in Waukegan. On behalf of the Waukegan High School boys basketball team and the Great Waukegan Pink Out Committee, I'd like to update you, Mr. Mayor, and the committee, or the council rather, on the Great Waukegan Pink Out. It's been a month since we presented originally, so as a reminder, Pink Out is a fundraiser that the boys basketball team has been doing for 3 years, with one of their games during the season being designated the Pink Out game. Cumulatively, in the last 2 years, the team raised $4,500 for Coaches vs. Cancer, which is a fundraising element of American Cancer Society. While the team is aware that purple is the color for all cancer survivors, pink was chosen because it'll stand out in a school where the colors are purple, green, and gold. With the staggering figure of 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women in their lifetime experiencing cancer, this project is both far-reaching and local. Locally, for instance, the money goes to support the Road to Recovery, which offers rides to chemotherapy treatments for cancer patients. And last year, nearly 2,000 rides were given in Lake County. Since we presented the Great Waukegan Pink Out, it is my very distinct pleasure to say sales have doubled to nearly 1,000 t-shirts, with at least one more order to go before the Pink Out game February 1st against New Trier. It's also my pleasure to report that New Trier's athletic department has purchased pink out shirts for their varsity basketball team, showing their support for this worthy cause as well. And I'd like to thank you, Mr. Mayor, the 3 members of the council who have already purchased T-shirts, and the city treasurer as well as the director of public works for purchasing their shirts already as well. I'm urging the rest of the council, the city staff, and the public to purchase T-shirts. They will be available at the Harbor Place, which is on South Genesee Street, during the Art Walk, which is Saturday, January 19th, or by contacting the committee through email. Our email address is whspinkout@gmail.com. While we'd like to have every single fan in the stands wearing a pink out shirt on February 1st, let me say, whether you buy a shirt or not, come out to the game. It's going to be held at the Waukegan High School, Washington campus main gym, also known as the Dog Pound. Show your support for the Waukegan Bulldogs. Show them that you support them and their cause. It'll be fun for you to do something uniquely Waukegan, and it'll be fun for them to see so many people in the stands. And finally, I'd like to thank you in advance, because I'm crossing my fingers that this is true, for the proclamation that you'll be declaring February 1st Pink Out Day across the city of Waukegan. To that end, if you need any information from the coach, the committee, or me, please contact us again at that email address, whspinkout@gmail.com, or through Facebook at facebook.com/Great Waukegan Pink Out. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you at the game February 1st.
Thank you, Jane. Next, Chris Blanks.
pinkout@gmail.com. Brother Blanks, 409 Oak Street, Waukegan. Founding president of BAM, Black Abolition Movement for the Mind, and National Action Network of Lake County. I wanted to come forth today, and I wanted to encourage the citizens and thank those who have been calling in, who have called regarding their front license plates. And I want to encourage those citizens to continue to call regarding the front license plate issue. Case in point, just in case, for the number for dealing with the front license plate issue, you can call BAM at 773-510-1713. The reason I find that important is because dealing with this issue is not just the front license plate. We just can't have two.
If I could interrupt just for one moment, and I apologize.
Okay.
The chief and I actually spoke about this the other day. He is going to be issuing a press release about this, that we are going to begin enforcing this front license plate. And what was it, Chief, 30 days or 60 days?
Around 30 days.
Around 30 days. So we want people in Waukegan to know that this is going to be enforced equally, regardless of the type of car that you have, because all cars can adopt a state of Illinois license plate. So it's something that we are planning to do, Chris. I just wanted to make you aware of it just before you finished up. And I apologize for interrupting you, but I thought you might like to know that.
Okay.
Please carry on.
Okay, good. And just with that being said, I've filed under the Freedom of Information Act, and I've requested the plates for the last year for those who have been issued a ticket for no front license plate, because we need to find out exactly who is issuing these tickets and those who those tickets are being issued against, because it's been quite obvious, as I've come here before, that everybody was not issued or have not been issued a ticket for no front license plate. So it just reminds me of, and I hate to keep bringing this up, the $500 impoundment, because it started out like that, where everybody wasn't treated fair. And we just want to make sure everybody's going to be treated fairly as citizens and administration alike. So I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time on that, but I have filed, and I do want to find out who is issuing these tickets and who they're being issued against, because I would really hate to think that at election time, and it might sound a bit extreme or far-fetched, I would hate to think that election time, that, and I know there are some elected officials and aldermen who are former police officers, and I don't put nothing past elected officials sometime at election time, or some politicians. And I would hate to think somebody would send someone, and I'm wrap it up, have someone issuing tickets on the first ward thinking we're going to come down here and beat up on a certain alderman, giving somebody the political edge at election time. I'm hoping that's not the case, but I really want to find out who these tickets are being written by and who they're written against. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. And it will be citywide, just so everybody knows it will be citywide, but the chief is working on the press release, should be going out any day. Next we have Dulce Ortiz.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Dulce Ortiz, but some of you might know me as Candy, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to the City Council. I'm actually here on behalf of Waukegan Main Street. I'm part of the Waukegan Main Street Board, and I'm here to give you an update on the couple of activities that we have been doing. And on a personal note, I work downtown, I live downtown, and I just want to say that the holiday walk was amazing. For all the families that participated. I know the mayor was there, and you know, me and my son, we often volunteer at various Waukegan Main Street events, and he really enjoyed it. He actually enjoyed the marshmallows that were being roasted at the Jack Benny Plaza. So for all of you that were able to make it, thank you so much. And I don't want to take a lot of your time, so I just want to give you an update on a couple of events that Waukegan Main Street is working on. One of them is the annual Mardi Gras fundraiser, which is just a month away. Tickets are now on sale. It will be held at downtown, the Puerto Rican Society, and it'll be on Saturday, February 9th. This year, you can also order a custom mark from our local artists. I know that we have amazing artists downtown. As you know, the mayor mentioned, we have very beautiful galleries as well. So for more information, you can purchase your tickets, or to volunteer, please visit our website, www.waukeganmardigras.com, or call the Waukegan Main Street office at 847-623-6650. Also, in regards to the Karcher Art Space Lofts, we have 8 residents that moved in. Yay! We're getting more residents to the downtown area. And there are currently 14 additional applications being processed. If you want more information in regards to the Archer Art Space Lofts, you can visit www.artspacewaukegan.org. And last but not least, downtown has a new restaurant. It's 17 North, and that's at 17 North Genesee. In a couple of weeks, they'll be serving breakfast and lunch. And also for those college football fans, after the meeting, if you're available, you can go and visit them, and they'll be having the game there, Irish versus Roll Tide. And I'll end with Go Irish. Thank you.
Thank you, Candy. And by the way, I know that the game is on tonight. I think it starts at, is it 8 o'clock?
7:30.
7:30, so we're going to
15
try
minutes to get through this.
how many Notre Dame
15
fans do we have here?
Let's go.
Well, then that's okay. Then we'll slow the meeting down for a little bit. We only have 3, so should be no problem. But I think we do have, I just want to let everybody know, we do have a quick executive session tonight, which regarding settlement of claims and also possible land acquisition as well. So next, we have the minutes. I'll take a motion from Alderman Tenpas, seconded by Alderman Beadling, to approve. Yes.
There were a couple of problems with the minutes. I'm just curious whether Mr. Motley had corrected them before.
Which ones were we talking about?
The ones I got in the mail had me as Mayor Pro Tem last week.
Yeah, we did correct
Think
that.
was
We did,
correct?
yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'm
Okay.
good. Thank you, Mr.
We're all right?
Yes.
Okay, good. The motion by Alderman Tenpas, seconded by Alderman Beadling, to approve the minutes of December 17th, 2012 regular meeting and special meeting minutes of December 20th, 2012. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. We have no resolutions and proclamations for this evening, I believe. Is that correct, Mr. Clerk?
Correct.
All right. Next, we go to committee reports and motions. First up is Alderman May and the Judiciary Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. The Judiciary Committee met this evening at 6 o'clock. The first item on everyone's agenda, item A, was held over in committee, so we're going to go right past that. The next item is zoning calendar number 2378. This is a text amendment to the zoning ordinance regarding cluster developments. The Judiciary Committee recommends to approve the text amendment to the Waukegan zoning ordinance and ordinance establishing guidelines for cluster developments, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Newsome. Do you have any comments or questions?
Okay.
Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling. Aye. Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco. Aye. Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Next item is zoning calendar number 2381, and the Judiciary Committee recommends to approve the conditional use permit and ordinance for the proposed auto body shop at 3204 Belvedere Road with conditions outlined by staff, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. Do we have any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling. Aye. Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco. Aye. Alderman Cunningham. Aye. Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
The final item is an ordinance to amend Chapter 3 of the Waukegan City Code. And this is what we're calling a social host ordinance. The Judiciary Committee recommends to approve the ordinance amending Chapter 3, Article 1 of the Waukegan City Code to add Section 3.16, social hosts, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Valco. Any comments or questions?
Just real quick.
Alderman Moisio.
I talked to Alderman May in the committee meeting, and she said Anna could explain it, but I just wanted to make sure there was discretion by the officer. What this is if there's a party when there's underage drinking at a house and the parents are aware or there and something goes wrong, there's going to be a fine. Now, the state law is pretty heavy on that. If people remember, there was a case in Deerfield that sort of sparked this whole thing. One thing I would make sure was we have some discretion by the officers, because we have a lot of grandparents who raise kids, and they aren't always up to it or always know what's going on in their house by no fault of their own. I only know this from experience from being at the high school. Many times grandparents have come in and they just don't have any idea what a teenager's doing. And I'd hate to see an innocent grandparent get stuck because of the actions of a teenager. So as long as we have some discretion and are able to use some discretion on some things, I'm fine with it. But I'd hate to see an innocent grandparent have to come up with a boatload of cash because their knucklehead grandson or granddaughter didn't know how to behave in the house. That's all I'm worried about.
Anna, would you like to address that real quickly?
The ordinance is meant to only apply in situations where the parent had knowledge or was present. So it's not going to be, a parent or a grandparent who's away and has no idea this is going on. But it would be used for people who are letting their children party, let's say every night that they go to work or something like that. They could hold them accountable then under this.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. The next is the Public Safety Committee. Alderman Koncan, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. We only had one item today. The Public Safety Committee met today at 6:30. We had one item. It was about removal of asbestos in the old section of the City Hall and the Police Department. After discussion at the committee, the Public Safety Committee recommends, and I so move, that the proper city officials be authorized to engage professional services of Holian Industries, 7504 Meyer Road, Spring Grove, Illinois, 60081, for the Police Department's capital improvement project, Police Department renovations, for an amount not to exceed $12,800. Funding for the professional services provided by Holian Industries will be taken from the capital improvement bond funds, general obligation bond Series C, account number 307-1307-26392, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Koncan, seconded by Alderman Moisio. Do we have any comments or questions? Alderman Beadling.
I'd just like to let the public know that Alderman Tenpas and I both offered to remove this asbestos tile for free, but apparently that's against some sort of federal rules or regulations or law. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
I joined the crew too, but obviously I'm not able to. Aye.
Alderman Beadling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco. Alderman Cunningham.
I would vote yes just to see them working on it. Boy, wouldn't that be a thrill? Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
If we could send them to class to be certified for under 12.8, I'd say yes too, but otherwise, aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
We can raise a lot of money for the budget, I can tell you that much.
That completes mine, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next is Finance Committee, Alderman Newsome.
Thank you, Mayor. One item out of Finance, the appropriations for May 1st, 2011 to April 30th, 2012 fiscal year was not exceeded. However, as a housekeeping item, we true up actual expenditures versus appropriated limits to ensure legal compliance with the city's spending authority. Therefore, we have item A to adopt an ordinance authorizing the appropriation transfer for fiscal year May 1st, 2011 to April 30th, 2012 for the city of Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman May. Do we have any comments or questions?
Maybe a little explanation? I don't.
I'm sorry.
What's the explanation?
This is something we do every year, is to balance the appropriation with actual expenditures.
The audit is complete. We'll be presenting that next month, but this is something that every year, throughout the year, we do budget transfers to cover over in some budget line items. We take them from others. So we true up the actual spending versus what was appropriated. We're still under the appropriation limits. The total appropriation, all funds combined, was $114,725,037. We ended up expending $113,705,999. But as you can see in the attachments, some of the funds went over, some of them were under. So we transfer so that there's no one fund category that's over its final appropriation limit. This is simply filed with the county. It's a requirement under the statute.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. That concludes finance for the
That
evening.
concludes Finance, sorry.
Thank you very much. No old business, no reports and communications, new business and recommended actions by Corporation Council. Item A, approval of payroll dated December 24th, 2012 in the amount of $1,350,083.06. Motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Valco. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Item B, approval of bills dated January 7th, 2013 in the amount of $1,444,695.31. Motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Moisio. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Next is ordinances and resolutions. Item A, resolution. Resolution authorizing the purchase of property by the City of Waukegan pursuant to the Neighborhood Stabilization Program, including 1510 Monsanto Avenue. Take a motion by Alderman Beadling, seconded by Alderman Valco. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Beadling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tenpas.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. We will go into executive session after Alderman's time, so Mr. Clerk, if we'll go to Alderman's time, please.
Fighting Irish, Moisio.
Go Irish. That's it.
Alderman Beadling.
No, thank you.
Alderman Newsome.
I do have one item. I'd like to do the Waukegan website update. As you know, we have the Civic Plus working on our new website, and it's due to come up the end of April. But on-site consultations took place last week with a team from Civic Plus. They met with key staff from Public Works, the Treasurer's Office, Finance Office, Planning and Zoning, Building, Code, CDBG, and Fire and Police Department. During these meetings, current departmental websites were reviewed to try to gain understanding on ways to utilize new technology to help in the efficient workflow of web documents, forms, and applications. In addition, Civic Plus staff outlined best practices on how other communities are using these tools to help communicate with their residents of their municipalities. Over the next few weeks, city staff will continue to prepare for the transition to the new website by listing frequently asked questions and preparing call logs to assist them in identifying these topics. Training of city staff in managing these pages on the new website will take place at the beginning of April, and 15 or more of our employees will be involved in this process. And like I said, the new city site would be set to go live at the end of April. As part of the executive committee, I did sit in last week on what do you want to call it? Where we looked at the website with Civic Plus online as well, and they gave us a draft, and we critiqued it a little bit, let them know things that we liked and things that we didn't like. So, as I understand, they have some new items placed on the website for us to view, and I guess we'll be looking at some of those this week. So we'll keep you updated on what's happening with the website. That's all.
Alderman Tenpas.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to thank everyone for the Christmas displays that I saw throughout the city. They were outstanding this year, and it really made your heart warm to see so many people in the city, in our community, putting up their lights for the holiday season. And then I want to thank the citizens to help solving the cash bandit, I call the tellers where you withdraw money at the cash machines. The chief put out a notice, if you remember, to all the homes warning you about it. And one person came forward, and with that information, they were able to, with the police department's fine investigative unit, they solved those cases that were open. But that again, the police department cannot do everything themselves. We need citizen involvement. We need citizens, when they see something, to call, to give tips, because we don't have that many policemen. We need more, but your input can surely help our department. And we thank you, and I thank all you folks out there that had your holiday lights up. It was really an inspiration for the city to kind of uplift the whole city. I know it did me. Thank you again.
Alderman May.
Just want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. That's it.
Alderman Valco.
Pass.
Alderman Cunningham.
I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year and go Bama.
Alderman Koncan.
I'd like to say the same thing. Welcome to the new year. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. I see everybody made it. And I'd like to send out a special thank you to the Public Works crew that came out last night. To the second ward, we had a broken water line. It's one thing to be cold, it's another thing to be wet, but wet and cold, and boy, it was cold last night. I felt sorry for those guys, but they were out there working. I really appreciate them coming out, when they had to, and taking care of the problem. That's all. Thank you.
That concludes public comment. Thank you. I'll take a motion by Alderman Valco, seconded by Alderman Moisio, to go into executive session for matters relating to settlement of claims and land acquisition. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Tina?
Any action taken after?
Stop. Goes out the rains don't go out.
I don't want to hear that.
Well, Okay. Let's see.
Make a motion.
Motion to come back into regular session by Alderman Moisio, seconded by Alderman May. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to adjourn by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. And go whoever wins the game tonight.
You want to go to 17?